Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now guys, I do want to apologize. I have been away for a little bit, about a week now, because of work and all this other stuff. I have not forgotten about TerraTech. I do very much enjoy playing this game, and we are going to be continuing the daily series as soon as possible. For now, it may be every other day probably is what we'll do until I can get back on course. But on this episode, we are going to try to figure out to do some of these mission logs. It's something I've been holding off doing. You can see there's a lot of different missions to do, and I've done most of these in the past, but we did get a viewer request to go ahead and do these quests, and we have attached the RAM. These are things that I already have access to. This one is Crusher Wheel, find the Will Tech. Okay, that one is right over there on the map, just in front of us, I'm guessing is where we need to go. So that is what we're going to go head out and see if we can do. We also do have access, where's my, do I not have my solar reactors? Hold on a second, guys. We got to go back and get some solar reactors because, yeah, we're going to need that here in a bit. Otherwise, we're just going to fail here. So let's see, what did I do with my solar reactors? I think I left them over there by the regular base, didn't I? Let me zoom out. Okay, so yeah, there's not an extra one there. I think it's over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Right here next to this thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick that up. And we'll go ahead and get that wireless charger as well. And attach that onto here. Now, do be careful that you don't attach it too close. Otherwise, it will start charging up the batteries around you. I know I've mentioned that before. Well, I'm getting a little bit of lag over here today for some reason. Huh. It has been a while since I played, so they may have done some patches that I'm not aware of, although it wasn't anything on the home screen, other than if you were using, I believe it was the beta version or the unstable version, I think this is what they call it, which shows you like new content before it's available to everybody else. But as it says, it's unstable. Now, I usually don't go with that one, just because I'm not in too big of a rush to check things out. And the game can be somewhat unstable as is when you're building these really big bots, and that's usually what I prefer to try. But we probably will at some point down in the future start trying the unstable version and just seeing what they're adding a little bit sooner than anybody else gets to. Man, this thing is really wonky because of this back piece. I don't remember it being this hard to control, or maybe I was just a little bit better at it because I was actually playing. All right, so this one is glitched. The Crusher Wheel, find the Will Tech. So that one's not going to work. How about harvest and deliver? Get the tractor pad from the trading station. Well, we can definitely do that one. We actually have 2 of those. Okay, we got 2 quests for the same one. How about find the girder tech or hazard lights? Attach the lights. Let's see if we can do this one. This one seems like fairly easy, fairly straightforward, and I want to see if it's bugged out as well. We already have lights, but maybe it wants us to get them from a very certain location. And if it doesn't work, then I'll, put my little thing down right here, the GSO CS or CSU, and see if I can attach the lights that I already have inside my vehicle, or inside my storage, I should say. Wow, it really pulls to the right. That is absolutely horrible. So much more different than it was last time. That's crazy. I'm trying not to attack, or destroy, I should say, any of the trees, because when you do, you create little tiny, blocks, little resources, and that can create a little bit of lag as well. Wow, that's way more lag than I am accustomed to on here. Again, nothing here, but there is a base over here. So I tell you what, we're going to attack that, and hopefully we will win this one, and not get too much damage here. I mean, yeah, this is not the greatest vehicle in the world for brute force, but it's not too shabby either. I mean, we've kind of proven that this little design right here does tend to work for the most part on most vehicles out there. Now, if we could have thrown a few extra cabs on here, we could have one facing forward and one facing to the back, and that would allow us to attack cabs in any direction around us a little bit easier. Now, these weapons still will fire behind you, but it just it's very worth it, in my opinion, to put cabs facing in pretty much every direction, including forwards, back, right, and left, because you're going to find your weapons target the enemy cabs just that much quicker, that much easier, and these little guys won't constantly come after you from behind because there's just not really a bad spot for them to do that with. And you can see that's what they're doing right here, is they're trying to attack me from behind. Although, my guys aren't targeting him directly, but they're still wrecking his face. Like, he's about to explode right there, and I don't think he can move anymore. So let's turn this thing around and get a little closer. Yeah, he is dead. So we could pick up all his blocks, and that's what I had planned to do. But to be honest, there's not many blocks there worth picking up. Those are, you know, pretty low-level stuff. Wow. Look at this guy over here. This guy over here looks pretty cool, and he does have quite a bit on him. Let's see. What is on this base? Anything that I do not have yet? Well, it is draining the batteries, so I definitely do enjoy the little boost up it's giving me. Let's see, what are my batteries at? They were actually really low, and here comes the enemy. You know what? We're going to stay right here. We're going to get supercharged by the base. Oh, actually, we're taking some damage. Ooh, wow, look at that. Oh, he is exploding. Nice. Nice. Wow, there is a little bit of stuff around here, so let's go ahead and put this down. It should pick up a little bit of this, not too much. And did this come off the front of my bot? No, it did not. But there are lights right here, so let's see. Hazard lights. Are these hazard lights? No, no, they are not. What about if I just take them out of my storage? That's what I want to see. Let's see if we have any hazard lights whatsoever. Where are the lights at? I don't believe the hazard lights are... Oh, here we go. What are these? GSO searchlights, so that's not it. Storm lantern, strip. Okay, so it's not under the GSO ones. There we go. So I got 5 of them. Let me go ahead and click on one of those and just attach it somewhere where it can actually fit. Say right here on top. There we go. Cool. You can get more lights from a terminal. So it's just kind of showing you that you now have access to those lights. And we finished that off pretty easy. So let's go ahead and drag that down. It's going to pick that stuff up, including the other stuff out here in the area, I think, in a second. Maybe it's too far away. It looks like it is. It has a little black kind of showing up over it, like it's going to pick it up, and yet it doesn't quite reach it. So we may have to move this. But before we do, I'm going to look for the crusher wheel. Let's see, where are the crusher wheels? Rugged wheel, there's the crusher wheel. Can we attach it? There we go. So we attach the crusher wheel. It says, cool, crusher wheel, yes. We can put that down. It will pick that up. Shock plating, find the shock plating. So that's something we can do. What about the diamond ram? I believe we do have a diamond ram in here somewhere. We can go ahead and throw on. There we go. Let's attach that. Nice. So that one finished. We're finishing off a lot of quests just by picking this stuff up and actually putting it on our bot. Get a tractor pad from the trading station. That's something we've already done. In fact, we've gone out several times to do that, you know, collect resources. And that one didn't get updated. So I need to find a girder tech. And I don't think I have any of those. This is one for sure, the brew girder. But I believe there was a few other ones, right? There's like a small one and a large one, unless they took it out of the game. I only see one in here. So let me look to make sure there's not on another page somewhere. Yeah, I think they may have taken the small one out of the game. So let's pick this up. Wow, that's that was unique. Let's drag it over here. That should pick up a little bit more. And I'm kind of waiting for the sun to come out. Although now that I'm looking at it, I don't see a reactor on that one. Yeah, there's no reactor on that one. So we're going to have to put that there. As soon as it gets charged up, it's going to go ahead and start charging up my bot. It does have 2 wireless chargers on there. However, it only has enough energy to work one of them right now because it only has one of these things. So that is kind of unfortunate. GSO grade 1 is maxed out at the moment. Or it's the Geocore, I should say. GSO grade 4 is maxed out. The Geocore is maxed out at 2, which means we probably need to fight in some kind of bot and destroy him to... what is this? 1 scoop claw. Find the scoop tech. I think we've already got the scoop tech, haven't we? Let me see. I know there's one in the GSO and the Geocore. There we go. There's the scoop claw. Let's go ahead and attach that to this side and see what happens, if anything. Yep, that's all we needed to do. Excellent. Scoops are really useful for flipping enemies upside down. If you could ever get close enough to them without really wrecking your vehicle, that could be a thing. Although I've never really found it to work all that well, to be honest. It's not a technique that I use too well. I think everything is good here. Actually, let's put that back down real quick. No, we're going to leave the base there, and we'll come back to it as we need it. And then I'll put our little things back down. So let's go ahead and snag that. Now we need to find this. Oh wow, we got a few more quests up there for some reason. Harvester. Okay, so we got that again. Find shock plating. That's the new quest. And find the girder tech. Let's go with shock plating. That's something we haven't done. and I don't believe it's glitched out like the girder one was. So let's head off in this direction. This game, I've missed it. I've missed coming in here and checking this out and just building a new tech. There is a new tech that I have in my mind on something I want to build. Now, it is kind of a combination of an airplane as well as a fighting bot, but I don't know how well that is going to work. That combination does seem a little weird, and to be honest, a flying bot doesn't normally come into play when you're talking about fighting. It's usually fairly weak. You need that so that you can actually take off and lift up into the air. Although I have seen some people manage to build things that allow you to fly and still fight, and that is exactly what I'm hoping to do. So the Geo Core small shock plate. Okay, this doesn't look that small to me. That looks pretty freaking large, but let's go ahead and try it. We'll throw it on the side. Wow, look at that. That is probably pretty heavy. Awesome. These plates will protect your tech really well. So let's go ahead and pick up all of this stuff that we want to take for later. Anything there that we really need? No, there's some weapons, some more of these plates. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that plate down for now. And while we're doing that, while it's picking all that stuff, we might as well transfer some more energy right there. Now let's see, what quests do we have left? We have Find the Girder Tech. I guess we can look at that one again. Maybe it's fixed itself. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot. And if that one does not work this time, we will go back to the base, get a tractor pad from the trading station, which is where it wants us to get it from, and give it one more shot. See maybe if we can get that quest to unhiccup itself. It does do that from time to time. I have had that issue where quests, for whatever reason, just don't seem to work quite right. Like you had a chance to pick it up, and maybe you either left it there on the ground, or maybe you ended up taking it and putting it inside this actual little object right here that holds this stuff for you. And now that it's in there, it doesn't seem to really recognize that you can do something with it. Like you can put it on a block, or a bot, I should say, and go off and create some really unique and wonderful designs. But the game itself was just like, no, you've never used that object. And it's kind of weird, but that's one of the things you get into when you have a game that is still in development. Like you're gonna have little issues like that. Not too big of a deal though, in my opinion. It doesn't take away from the game yet. I mean, obviously, if they're adding missions down the road that you have to complete one mission to get to the next, it would be nice if they could set up some sort of manual override to, that definitely has stuff I don't think we've gotten yet. So let's go ahead and destroy this guy. But yeah, I would definitely like some sort of a manual override to maybe not bypass the quest, but definitely reset it. That way you can decide for yourself, oh, maybe the quest is malfunctioning. Can you please start me over on it? I'll go find another bot that you want me to get the object on, or something along those lines, to give those people who run into an issue. Because even when you perfect the game, even when you get the game working like beautifully to the point where, oh wow, so much stuff blowing up, but not everything. We got a fuel tank there. I don't know if that's a fuel tank we didn't have before. I don't think it is this time around. I have had it in the past, but I don't think I've had it this time. And we also have these things right here, which will be kind of useful when it comes to building, some of these smaller bots. And again, having just more of them, even if you've discovered them, will save you money in the long run, which is why this device right here is such a godsend for the most part. It allows you to store stuff. And before, the only way you could do that was literally to attach it to your bot and take it back to the base, throw it on the ground, and hope that at some point you could build something out of it. Like you didn't need the pieces, and you just had to, like, a whole bunch of junk everywhere, and it would kind of eat up a lot of the processing power you have for this game, just in extra pieces that you weren't using. And now you can store it in here, and I don't think it adds any extra processing. It doesn't eat up any of the RAM or stuff like that, because it's not being rendered, it's just being stored. Almost like all the infinite blocks you can buy from the vendor, those aren't eating up RAM because they're not been created yet. They're just in storage, like it's just copy and paste kind of thing when you actually buy them. So that's kind of clever. It's kind of a clever way. Now, I would love to see the version of resource gathering and maybe make it where it's fixed. Like it's on the map, you can't move it once you place it, or it takes like 30 minutes to replace. That way you don't just come out here and harvest and put the thing down and store it that way. It's going to be a lot more difficult, because that one you could really take advantage of and make a lot of money if you could store your resources. But it would be nice to store them for later so that you could actually use this stuff when you want to make items rather than always having to buy them. And I think that's what they want ultimately to have, is the ability to do that on a much more automated and larger scale than it really is. So yeah, this thing is still bugged over here and just not working. Well, then we're going to head back to the base. We're going to head back to the base now that it is dark, and our shields are probably going to fail here pretty soon. Now, I did get, a few of your comments that I try to always reply, but I don't always get a chance to, but I read every single one of them. And you guys have said many times before, don't build your base right next to the, what do they call it? The terminal that they provide for you. The one I built my base right next to. Don't build it over there, because when you do that, it is a open area. It's an area that any of the creatures out here, any of the bots, can come out there and they can use. So if they, pick up stuff, they can go back and sell it, apparently, which I did not know. And you're always going to have enemies over here, which is why I've had to protect this area as much as I have, because it's not considered mine. It's not a safe area. And I knew the desert area was not a safe area to begin with, but I didn't know it was that rough of an area. So that's kind of interesting to know. I definitely want to thank you guys for giving me those tips, but at the same time, I like a challenge sometimes. So I think I'm gonna leave this area out here. This little what is that? What is that? That is a big guy. That is a really big guy. Oh, well, we're gonna have to take him on, guys. We're gonna have to see how well we do. Jeez, that is a humongous guy right there. Let's see if we can bring him out a little further from our base. Nope, he has found our base. Warning, your anchor blocks are under attack, and he is wrecking it right now. Come on, turn the camera angle, please. What is he attacking? Well, he's attacking a little bit of everything. Oh, great, so now he's getting healed up right there. Oh, yeah, we won it. Yeah, oh, look at that. He took out my tower. He took out my tower, guys. Oh, that is nuts. Well, my tower did defend the area. It did defend the area, so it did its duty. However, it just did not survive. Oh, man, I wish I could pick that up as one large chunk and put it right back on, because right now the only way to do that is kind of rebuild it with those pieces. But yeah, we're going to have to rebuild that here in the future. For now, I'm going to leave it like that. Pick up all this stuff first so I don't lose any of it, and then we'll grab that conveyor there. Tractor pad will let you carry resources to sell. All right, you can sell resources to chunks of the raiding station, or a trading station, as I should say. You earn BB. You will need a tractor pad. All right, so let's go over there and get a tractor pad before we get into any more fights. Again, this is going to be a dangerous area, but come on, what are you doing? Wow, this thing is not easy to control. Now that I've gotten used to having that little piece on the corner and compensating for the drift that it has, yeah, it doesn't seem to want to work very well. All right, let's see. We need a tractor pad. Let's come in here. Where are the tractor pads at? A little bit further down, I think. There we go. 123. And we don't have anything to sell, do we? How about we take a few blocks off of this and see what they're worth? I think we might be able to get 123 out of this. Just a few pieces. We'll replace it down the road. How about right there? Yeah, that's easily going to give me the money I need. Come on, right there. All right, just a few more, and we will have the cash. One more. Come on, come on. There we go. All right, so now I have a tractor pad that I bought from the thing. I attached it. It doesn't really want me to do anything, does it? I think it's bugged. Right? I mean, resource chunks. Well, let's go out and get a chunk just to see how it works. We have a few resources out here already. It didn't specify which type, so let's go ahead and grab it. I'm gonna let it do its thing first, rather than me do it for it, because I don't want to interfere with the computer trying to reckon. Oh, yeah, somebody was saying that they are going to be building a new sort of tractor pad for the Venture, and they actually already have one, but I don't know if it works as well as they're hoping. But it's a little tighter, it's a little stronger, so it keeps the stuff on there when you're going at full speed, like what you do right here with the Venture bot. Let's see when it sells it. That did not update it. Let's see what that will update it or not. That is the trading station. Unless they want me to deliver it to the other trading station, I don't know exactly what they want me to do. That is kind of confusing. But guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. We did get done with quite a few quests, and I will be building a new bot. I'll also be building a few more towers to protect my area over here, because as you can see, very, very dangerous. I would highly recommend that if you are going to be building your base out here in the dead, like almost like the Badlands of an area, you make sure that you know you're going to get attacked, and you're going to get attacked often. So have a lot of batteries for extra protection, make a place that you can recharge, and build these towers all the way around, and make sure that they have multiple cabs on them, because if one cab gets destroyed, you don't want your whole thing going popping all over the place. You want to make sure that it's still secure. Also, make sure that you cover the bottom. That's something I didn't do. And if you cover the bottom layer, it's going to limit how far it can spin around if it's on a hill like this on a slope. But at the same time, it makes it where the enemy can't just attack the bottom and knock all of this off, which is exactly what happened to mine. I took very little damage, if any, but it got through and it attacked the bottom, and now I have to rebuild the whole thing because of it. So, yeah, definitely pretty good designs out there. I need to work on mine a little bit before I get it perfected. I also want to add some sort of umbrella on the top, and the umbrella is going to be more of light sources that shoot off above to give me an idea of where my base is. And I might even specialize them in certain colors based off of the different, functionality of the lights. Some of them are like yellow, some of them are bright white, and things of that sort, to allow me to know, oh, that bright light over there that's white is near my base, and this yellow strip that I have going down is leading me to resources, and this other strip over here that looks a little bit with the red shade is leading me towards where all the enemies are, and things of that sort, which would be kind of cool to actually set up and plant down. And if you take a picture of it, if you go into it with your thing like that, and you actually take a picture by using the little tab right here, take snapshot, you will be able to buy that from the station over here anytime you want. You'll be able to go in there and just buy that set of blocks. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow you to put it down in a certain spot unless you're using that little tiny selling station, the actual payload studio terminal. So you'd have to like get that from over here and drag it with you to a certain location. And I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. I would have to come over here and drag it down right here, and then click on it, come over into text, and see all the text that I have taken pictures of, and find the one that I want, click on it, and then say buy, and it would immediately drop it here on the ground. So I'm hoping that if it was one of those stations, it would drop it and immediately attach to the ground, but no guarantees. It may drop and then like fall over, and you have to rebuild the whole thing. So it's going to be something that I'm going to play with a little bit. Before I do, I'm going to need to build up a little bit of cash, because if you buy an entire set like that, you have to pay for every single one of those blocks full price. So no using pieces you have in storage to put it together for you. And that would be a really cool aspect of the game if they ever decide to do it, is to allow you to use storage blocks to fix that. And I'm hoping they do at some point. But again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you all next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.